Okay, so today's piece is actually a group of pieces called First, Second, Third, etc. Piece for Laurence Crane by Matthew Lee Knowles. And I'm just going to pull them all up here. So it looks like I have the first 10 missing number 4. Here's piece 1. I think they're all from 2006 and they're all one page. Piece 2. Piece 3 is probably not in the recording because it has viola and piano, sorry, violin and piano, whereas the recording is just Matthew, the composer, playing at the piano. Then there's the fifth piece, the sixth piece, and then seventh, eighth, ninth, and 10th. The 10th is 2 pages. And I read somewhere possibly there's an 11th and 12th, but I don't have access to them. So the whole reason I'm able to do this is because Matthew recorded them. Yeah, so this video of him playing it just says 6 pieces. So I'm gonna assume it's just the first 6, but who knows? I mean, like I said, there's no PDF for number 4, and number 3 is probably not being performed. So this could be an earlier version. Link to this video is in the video description. We'll meet back in 13 minutes. I'll let you know what order they're performed in here if you're curious enough to check out the PDFs yourself. I think they should be available through Matthew's personal website. Okay, so the pieces in question were piece number 2, piece number 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And in terms of the 6 of them as a cycle, it's fairly interesting. Like they're kind of funny and minimalistic. Definitely an element of humor. Maybe playing with some of Laurence Crane's formal tropes, like the use of repeats, which is more obvious in the second and sixth one. I think the sixth one is by far the most substantial. The second one's kind of fun too. Um, every other one is like so minimalistic that it's like almost comical. And there's things that on the page are funnier than just listening to it. Like, you know, the use of key signature in the seventh one for seemingly no reason. There's like a key of 4 flats here. I found that pretty funny. The seventh one also has this like the rhythm stays the same, but the meter changes, and it's over the course of like a minute of music, so nothing's changing. It's kind of funny. Like it's just was a funny one to read through. Uh, I guess the eighth piece is the more flashy one, but it's got this C sharp drone in the bass the whole time. And then yeah, 9 and 5 and 7 are all just like a static chord thing. And the ninth one has repeats as well, but it's kind of hard to hear them just because of the way it's so minimalistic. Um, yeah, I mean, these were fun. I don't know if it would be worth playing all 10. I felt like the 6 of these made a really nice suite of like 13 minutes in length. So yeah, thus concludes our uh, scores from Matthew Lee Knowles for piano. And I did about 30 something of them. My I A lot of the days listening to them, I felt pretty inspired after. I would say it's like really nice and refreshing to see someone just writing all the time, right? When there's this sort of artificial scarcity that a lot of composers are constructing around their work, and um, or a lot of composers just straight up aren't composing anything and sort of um, make or you know their career is in the past and they've just pivoted into academia. This is a little bit more like alive and inspiring, and it's just sort of it's a pleasure to be able to download all of it for free too. Um, but I think of all the episodes we did of his, like a lot of these were just really small pieces. Um, but we also did For Alan Turing, which was one of his extended duration pieces. It was like a 7 hour piece, and I think that was my favorite experience. If I was to put on one of Matthew's pieces, or even a whole collection of them, I think I'd rather do a single program of just For Alan Turing because it was a really powerful just experience listening to Kate's performance. And I think it could be, I know that the stream was for a charity. I think it could be repurposed really well for an LGBT charity of some kind. It has like a historical figure it's attached to, which makes it much more engaging for audiences, and like it's challenging to listen to, but the challenging thing about it is the duration, which is easy to explain to people. So I think it makes it kind of more accessible than a lot of these other piano pieces, which are challenging in ways that are hard to explain um, to the lay person, anyways. So and also I was like pleasantly I was really interested in this like Laurence Crane culture, honestly. Like I was not familiar with uh, all of these pieces by Matthew and other people dedicated to him. I was not familiar with this 60th anniversary um, kind of like Laurence Crane Festival in 2021, and I just thought it was kind of a cool piece of UK culture. Um, and like this idea of like post-experimental music is kind of interesting. So, yeah, next session we're gonna get into the early 2000s, like really early. Um, the latest piece being Pascal Dussepin's Etudes. If I have the year correctly, I'm not sure if this is the year of publication or the year of composition, but that's the next one. So, yeah, thanks for listening. And I encourage you to go through the Matthew Lee Knowles playlist if you're curious.